Good night to all. Good night to all. Hope you guys are doing great tonight. With another live here. Let's give a minute or two. Please share these videos with another fellow veteran, and special tonight for National Guard and Reserve. Really, really important. Yeah. Good cadence right there, baby. For those who remember going up and down Ardines. Yep. Yes, sir. Share, please share with a fellow service member. Good night to all. This is again retired Command Sergeant Major Ed Centeno from Edson Consulting. You can find me at edsinconsultation.com. And like always, do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Edson Space Consultation. Again, do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Edson Space Consultation. Really important. What do I do again? I do VA claims or help with VA claims, retirement consultation, resumes, and Notary Public. More to come. As soon as I get retired completely, I'm going to be doing a lot of more stuff. I'm just going to putting that out there. This information is not sponsored by the government or military affiliate. This information is based on experience, and this is a consulting business, okay? If you send me any message to my private website, please make sure you put your name and phone number. I'm still getting some people that are requesting, hey, Prieto, God bless you. Espero estar bien, saludo. So I hope you guys, if you send me a private message to my website, please make sure that you add your name, phone number, so I can get back to you. I'm getting some requests, and because of the way the website is set up, if you send a private message, you don't send me that information, I'm not getting it, okay? So it's hard for me to get it. At the end of the... Hola, mi hermana. Espero todo esté bien. See if I see you one of these days. I've been working hard. At the end of the live, if you want to call me, I also can take your phone call, 321-710-5570. If you have any specific question about this topic tonight, you can send me a private message, or you can also call me, okay? Or you can put a message on Facebook. I'm also going live on YouTube on my channel tonight. We're gonna have an interesting topic tonight, okay? And I'm gonna go right into it because it's so important. But if you are in the reserve, any service, Army, Navy, Air Force, and you are in the reserve or in the National Guard, this is a must for you. You need to share these videos for those out there that are in the same situation, because I'm getting a lot of requests or asking. I just got one last week that they didn't know they had to send a separate packet for the pay so they can start receiving their pay, I mean. I'm talking about for Reserve and National Guard on TPU status. TPU status is Troop Program Unit. What it is you're drilling, okay? And if you're AGR, Active Guard and Reserve, do not worry. This is for TPU soldiers, Reserve and National Guard, meaning pretty much if you're drilling, okay? So a lot of service members don't know that it's two packets that you have to submit. I'm gonna start with that tonight. There's two packets. The first one is your retirement packet, and that one is for you to get your retirement orders and effective date that you're gonna retire from the Reserve and the National Guard, whichever service you're in. And the other packet is for your pay. What happens is, and I give you an example, if there's service members that go over 55, 57, and they reach 60, they don't have any issues because they get to submit both packages at the same time. They could do that. But if you leave early from the National Guard or of the Reserve, you will not get paid until you submit your packet. A lot of service members think this is automatically, and that's not the case. This is not automatically, and you need to understand that you need to submit your packet at least 9 months out. I'm gonna send mine 1 year out. I already have mine on the queue, and I'm gonna go over my packet, which I have it here briefly, but I wanna make sure that everybody understands this. If you still in the service, National Guard or Reserve, my best recommendation to you is when you get your retirement packet, also do the one for the pay. Get it done, save it somewhere in your computer, save it in a thumb drive, have a hard copy, however you want to do it. But make sure that you have that packet in a secure place, and also make sure your loved one, your spouse, knows where it's at. Really important for you to understand this. Okay, requirement to retirement. A lot of service members know this out there. And it's the requirement for you to be able to receive a retirement from the National Guard or the Reserve. Also want to point out that a lot of service members have active duty time, and they need to make sure that they transfer those active duty years to the Reserve or the National Guard. That's another issue that a lot of service members have. Give another example. In the National Guard, NGB 22, and some service members think automatically they're going to cover over and transfer to the Army Reserve, and that's not the case. Give you my example. I came with 15 years active duty into the Reserve, and I waited years, and I thought I was there, and when I checked on my record, none of the years that I served active duty were there. So I was missing a lot of years there. So you need to make sure that whichever years you have in other component, for example, active duty from another branch, if you're coming from the Navy to the Army, from the Air Force to the Navy, you need to make sure that you update your record. I cannot emphasize that enough. So requirement for your 20 years of service, the first thing you need is the 20-year letter. A lot of people know this. This is a lot of common sense here. And that's to show that you actually completed your 20 years. A lot of service members think they have the 20-year letter, and they'd be surprised they have a bad year or they still haven't completed their 20 years. If you don't have your 20-year letter, you cannot submit either packet, either the retirement packet or the one for the pay. Okay? Number 3, you need retirement orders stating that you retired from the service component, like I explained to you. That's the first packet that you submit. You need retirement orders so you can submit your pay packet. And I'm gonna go over my packet here shortly so you understand what I'm talking about. This is important that you understand that these two packets are separate, like I explained, but in order for you to start receiving pay, you have to submit your pay packet. If not, you will not receive a dime. It's sad. I know service members that are 62 years old, and yet they have not received a payment because they thought it was automatically. And that is sad. Okay, talked about the retirement packet, and also talking about the pay retirement packet. Again, the recommendation is to submit at least 9 months before you expect to start receiving pay. And pretty much you can forecast, if you know when you expect to start receiving pay, automatically is at 60 years old, your age, not to start getting paid. Remember, I told you have to submit the packet. But if you deploy, and I'll cover that here in a second, you can start subtracting back in 90 days increments. And I'll cover that here in a second. For suspended members, again, 60 years old. For other members sooner, depending if they were called to active duty in support of national emergency or contingency operations. All right. If you were called into service after January 28, 2008, age 60 could be reduced in 3 months for each accumulated period of 90 days. So that's really important for you. And I'll go here when I change my slide here so you understand what I'm talking about. Something changed here, and it was 2014 and 15, but just the basics. If you serve on contingency operation, that's Afghanistan, Iraq, any other operations that are still going. I don't know any right now. I've been out since 2020. And also national emergency, for example, Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico, the hurricanes here in the States. If you participated in that, you also qualify for this. Really important, because instead of you waiting till you're 60, you can start drawing your money earlier. And you can go back all the way to 55. Okay? I'm gonna break down this a little bit further here in a second, okay? So you understand what I'm talking about. Let me change my slide here. Hold on. Here we are over here. So, and I'm gonna post this website when I edit the video on YouTube, so you understand what I'm talking about. This is the 90-day period accumulative, okay? Again, you can read it on your own, but how early retirement works. To be eligible early retirement member, have to complete 20 years, and it has to be deployments after mobilizations January 28, 2008. Deployments 90-day early retirement period are cumulative. That's what I said. Service members can qualify for more than 90 days early retirement period in fiscal year. For example, someone who served 90 days in 2009, and here's an example, 180 plus days in 2010 and 90 days in 2011 and 90 days in FY 2012. Enrique Salaver Rios, mi hermano, God bless you, brother. Muy buenas noches. Will be eligible to retire at age 58. You see the difference? So after 2014, it changed, so now it can be accumulative. It can go from fiscal year to fiscal year. Before, it wasn't like that. It has to be only that fiscal year. You understand? So now it can cross over fiscal year, meaning that if you have 30 days in one fiscal year, then it can cross over the other fiscal year, and you can combine them and make the 90 days. I want to make sure everybody understands that. This is the update that I'm talking about, National Defense Authorization Act. Make it easier for reserve members to qualify for early retirement when called to active duty. Prior to 2015, member had to serve 90 days on active duty during fiscal year. In order to be eligible to retire early, service time that crossed fiscal year didn't count towards early retirement unless they had 90 days. Before it was 90 days, so now you can cross over less than 90 days and you can combine them. That's the big change on this. The new laws allows the time to cross into consecutive fiscal years. However, this only applies to deployments that started after 30th this September 2014. So you see when that takes effect, and this particular change on the law is 2014. I'll give an example. I can start drawing my pension at 57. My deployments or mobilizations are after 2008, but my deployments or mobilizations were a whole year. Okay, so in my case, it's a little bit different because I went over the 90 days. So you have to understand how this works. If you need any help, let me know. I can help you out so I can break it down, and I let you know how soon you can turn in your pay packet. Because I'll tell you, if you don't turn it in, you will not see a dime, and you need to understand this. Okay, let me go into the packet before I go into these different websites here, which I'm gonna cover in when I'm done here talking about the packet. So here's the packet. All right, here's the packet. This is my packet. Again, I omitted a lot of information, but this is me trying to help a fellow service member out there. This is for the Army, but I'm pretty sure that all the services are similar. But for example, this is the checklist, and I'm gonna show you where you can get this stuff at also, and I'm gonna post the links on the YouTube. This is the checklist, pretty much self-explanatory. If I'll hold the forms that you need, and I'm gonna go briefly on the ones that I have in my packet. I omitted a lot of stuff, but supporting documents, you need a 20-year letter. I talked about that. Promotion and reduction orders. You need your points also. You need your health benefits, meaning insurance that you're gonna pick when you leave the service. DD-214s or orders that you had while you were on service. This is where you had to submit the packet, okay? So it's pretty much self-explanatory. Or you can also send it via email, like mine is already in the queue. I'm ready, I can collect the 57. So at 56, I'm sending this thing out. If they send it back For any corrections, I can correct it and send it back. This is really important here. If you're gonna use the drop age, the 90-day drop, like I talked about, you have to make sure that you put this comment over here. You have to make sure that you put that comment over here. Okay? This is the actual form. As you can see, I have not filled out this form yet, but this is the actual form for retirement. And it's pretty much self-explanatory, the component and all that. And it's called the DD Form 108. This is the instructions how to fill it out. If you need help with that, I can help you out too. This is another important one, the direct deposit form. You need to make sure that you have the bank information updated, because when you submit this through the system, the money will go where you put the direct deposit at. And of course, I'll manage my information. I'm not gonna give money to nobody, okay? I make sure I went back and forward twice, make sure it was not showing any information. If I do, don't worry about it. I'm gonna have to delete it. Anyways, direct deposit again, form. Let me keep going here. This is pretty much self-explanatory. Let me go to the actual form that you really need to make sure that you fill out correctly. Again, this is if you need point of contacts, okay? Who to reach out. Now, if you are in another service, I have already helped other service members. So I already know some of the information, who to call. Like for example, the Navy, I have helped one of my buddies at work, and I already have that information. So if you need it by any means, let me know. Okay, again, another form here. This is the 2656 that you need in the packet too. Pretty much self-explanatory. This is for the pay. This is gonna say the rank that you had, the component. Again, they're gonna ask you for the account number and all that. This is beneficiaries here. It also asks you if you're getting VA compensation. And I explained that in another video. You have any questions about that? Of course, your marriage, a spouse information, the family members information also goes in there. This is the coverage for the family for the life insurance, and this is really important because the money for the life insurance that you pick is going to come out over your payment from the retirement. Okay, really important that you fill that out. Certification, again, instructions how to fill out the form. Pretty easy. All right, let me keep going. This is a really important one. The point, the retirement point. If you don't have this, I can help you get this. A lot of service members, this is where they messed up at. They do not have this up to date, or they're missing active duty time. Period. It's not updated. This is really important because if you don't have your points updated, you will not get a reflection of how much money you're going to get. All right. Like you see what it says regular Army, that's active duty time that I did. USAR is US Army Reserve, and it breaks it down of the points that you have all the way to the right. It gave you the points. But RA is when you were active duty. James, my brother, good night, brother. Hope you're doing well. So the points, you cannot, I cannot emphasize this enough. And I tell you because I was missing all my years of active duty. If you don't have your years of active duty, you need to reach out to your human resources and make sure you update it. The only thing you need to update your records to bring all your active duty time for whichever service is your orders, DD-214s, you know, your separation papers to show NGB 92 from the National Guard. You need to make sure that you understand that you need that information in order for you to get the pay. All right, this is the points again, continuation. I can help you out with that. I ended up with a lot of points because I did 15 years active duty. I just told you that. Here are the orders of promotion. Actually, this is 20-year letter, I'm sorry. 20-year letter, make sure it's on your packet. If you don't have it, I can help you also how to get it. You need that in the pay retirement packet. the promotion orders for your last rank or demotion orders, because if not, you will not get paid for the actual rank that you ended up with. Okay, you need that in the retirement packet also. This is the retirement orders right here. Again, this is information or where to send it. This is the DD form 2656-5. Okay, and this is a survivor benefit again for the insurance. All right, and this is the election certificate. This one you have to notarize if you're married. So again, you have to make sure you fill it out. You see, this is notarized. I omitted a lot of information. Now, this is another important one. If you were mobilized after 2008, make sure that you add your orders to your retirement pay packet. Okay, you need to make sure that you put your orders there and also your DD214s. I did that on my packet. I omitted a lot of paperwork, but my orders are in there. This is some of them. Okay, and also DD214. You see it right here, and I'm just going briefly because I omitted a lot of stuff in my packet. My packet is like 70 pages, and I cut it down to like 36. But you can see here that you have all the orders, and I'm going to give you an example of how also to reduce your age for retirement. Do you see this one over here? I did it as a first sergeant. When I was a first sergeant, I did a mobilization. And if you looked here, there's a code here. It's called the 10 USC 12301D. You need to make sure that if you mobilize contingency or you mobilize here in the States as a declaration of emergency by the president, you need to have that code in your DD214. If you don't have that code, this is what's going to happen, which happened to me. I had to get a DD215 to get it corrected. And I'm going to go here so you understand that you don't have that code, what happens. If you don't have that code, what happens is you will not get credit to start getting paid earlier. Here's the other code right here. Here comes Maria, like I explained. You see right here? 12304 alpha. And I'm going to show you what this means here again on this website. If you go here to this website, and I'm gonna put this on the YouTube. These codes here were embedded on the law to let people know, or service members know, which codes on their orders apply. Keep good records of your service record. I told you that already. It says it here in the website. Your mobilization order should state the reason of your mobilization or activation, as will your DD214. In order to qualify for the early retirement under the new rules, you will need to have either Title 10 or Title 32 orders with the following annotations: 12301 Alpha, 12301 Delta, 12301H Hotel, 12302, 12304, 12305, and 12306. Voila! I'm not making this up. And this is for all services. This is not only for the Army, this is for the Air Force, the Navy. If you made any mobilization stateside or outside, and you have orders with this code, you qualify to start drawing your money earlier. I'm going to repeat this. If you have this code in your orders, in your DD214, you qualify to start getting your money earlier. And that's really important for you to understand. This is what is going to prove that you actually serve on active duty on that time. All right? And this is what HRC, Human Resources, is going to use to start paying you earlier. If you don't have this in your orders, you need to make sure you make an amendment. I can help you with that too, because for me, it was a pain. But I got it done because I'm really, really careful with my stuff. And I'm telling you, I want to make sure that at least I get one paycheck from the Army Reserve, because I know how hard it is. So here's some website. I will put them on the link on the YouTube video. Army Reserve Retirement. This is pretending to the Army. It tells you the forms that you need. Remember the one that I just showed you, the checklist. You click here, it pops open. This is all the stuff that you need. I explained that already. If you need any help where to find this, I can help you out. From what year this? Oh, this starts, James, 2008. Okay, let me go back. That's a great question. James is asking, where does this start? I'm gonna go here into the website, which I'm gonna put it, but it's 2008 right here. How early can retire depend on numbers of active days they serve on a mobilization after 28 January 2008. Okay, January 28, 2008. Now, there was a new provision in 2014, 2015 that changed. All right, and it's to go from fiscal year to fiscal year. You can, the 90 days can cross over fiscal year. That was pretty much the change. All right. Hey, brother. Hey, back at my friend, brother. I ain't seen you in a while, man. Hey, listen. This video right here is really important, man. And I'm gonna make sure that the reserve in Puerto Rico, you know, because this is for the pay packet. Because if you don't submit this and you're a TPU holder, you will never see your pay. All right. So I'll definitely make sure I make notes. But this is really important. So James, that answers your question. Is January 28, 2008. Oh man, I'm yes, brother, you can call me tomorrow. The best time to call me tomorrow, I will tell after 3 o'clock Easter time, okay? Either that or in the morning from 10 to 12 in the morning. Because you know I'm a busy man, always working. Brother James, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, brother. So this is the checklist over here. Again, if you have any other questions, you shoot at me. I'm here. I'm just going over this information. This is another great website, and I'll post this on the YouTube channel. So you have it. It talks about the gray area retirees for Army Reserve and National Guard. It also talks about, like I said, how soon to send it. It says at least 90 days. I'm telling you, I'm sending mine at least a year out. All right. You have to make sure you submit this, guys, because if not, you will not see a penny. And I tell you, because I'm getting a lot of phone calls, and I said, it's sad that they don't teach this enough on the military. They do a great job actually recruiting, but when it comes to retirement, you know, they tell you to go to the seminar like 300 times, and we never go. This is what we miss. And I'm talking about for myself, because I wasn't able to go. And this is all I missed. So this is pretty much everything for tonight. I'm gonna go again to the checklist so we understand for retirement pay from the National Guard and the Reserve. This is what I talked about. Just to summarize, you need to make sure you submit your retirement packet first, because if not, you're not gonna get ordered for retirement. That's one packet. The other packet is for the pay. That one you have to submit at least 9 months before you expect to start receiving your pay. If you need help with that and the projection, let me know and I can help you out with that. This is the checklist. You need any help, let me know. Every other service out there, I can get it also. I've been helping service members for different branches, so I know how to get this information. The bottom line is if you're still on the service like Vasquez, I am telling you, have your packet ready when you leave TPU status, okay? If you're active duty, you don't have to worry about this. But if you're on TPU status, have your pay packet ready. That's what I did. It's on the queue. I have it on the queue ready to go to HRC. So if you don't do this, I do, Martinez. If you send me your information on a private message, I can calculate it for you. Okay, I have it, and I can do a video on that too. Yeah, on your Hype 3, there's a formula, number one, and number two, there's a website that you can go and you can put the numbers there, and it automatically shoot it out to you. Hey, honey. That's my wife. Thank you for showing in. 50 cents. That's awesome. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, so you send me, all I need is your rank that you retired from, how many points you're left with, how many times active duty or National Guard, and also the date. That's important too. From when you join, so where you live. So again, points, rank, the years that you serve, active duty or National Guard, and I talked about the points. But if you send me a private message, I can send you specifically what you need, and I can calculate how much you're gonna get. And unfortunately, I hate to say it, is a 60 years. Okay, if you don't have now, you might be surprised if you check in your orders, and this is what happened to me. And I'm gonna take a little pause here. This is what happened to me. I checked on my orders, and I'm gonna put this out there. I just want you to listen. A lot of times, because of budget constraints, they use different codes, and these codes that I told you is I'm looking for a word here, is attached to Homeland Defense money. So sometimes you'll be surprised they use this code because they need to budget the orders. I'm just gonna leave it like that, all right? I'm not gonna talk anymore about that. But I was surprised that I found some orders with that code, and I know the reason why, because it was preparation for Hurricane Maria, so it was legit to use it, but it wasn't actually for the actual hurricane, okay? Dude, but check on your orders. I'm telling you, you'll be surprised. Check on your orders. If you need to get your orders, I mean, dig in that funnel or whatever you have in there in your house. You'll be surprised you have this code. I'm gonna post, when I edit the video here in a second on YouTube, I'm gonna post the link that has the code, and all you have to do is look at your DD214s and also add your orders, okay? I mean, it's not, I'm gonna go into mine here. Again, this is one of the codes. You see it right here? 12304 alpha. Okay, I talked about that. The other one was, this is the amendment that I told you guys I had to do. The other one here is 1203 delta. Okay? So that's what you need on your orders. All right? If you don't have it, I can help you out with that. If you messed it somehow, or they messed up your orders, because a lot of times that happens too, they messed up your order. But that's all I have for tonight. I think pretty much the audience I have for tonight is English speakers. I'm not gonna, excuse me, I'm just gonna do briefly on Spanish so I can let them know, and if they have any questions they can contact me. But that's pretty much the video for tonight for those English speakers. If you want to stay in, you're more than welcome. I don't mind. You guys have any more questions? Again, I can also take phone calls. 321-710-5570. I'm getting up speed with this, man. I'm getting good at this. Can get phone calls. I just got to put my headphones on. I can get the phone calls and listen to you. Everybody can listen to it. I'm just trying to help service members out there. So I'm going to transition to Spanish real quick. Muy buenas noches. Those that don't speak Spanish can drop. This is the content of tonight. El sargento mayor retirado de comando el Centeno dio un pequeño abreviación de cómo someter el paquete de paga. Bien importante. Si necesitan alguna ayuda, déjenme saber. Hablé que, muchos miembros de servicio no saben que son dos paquetes. Un paquete que te da las órdenes, buenas noches Vázquez, para retirarte, y el otro te da para la paga. Y si tú no sometes este paquete de la paga para aquellos más en la reserva en Puerto Rico, la Guardia Nacional, tú no vas a cobrar. Tienes que asegurarte que tú sometas este paquete de la paga. Buenas noches, James. Good night to all, guys. So tienes que asegurarte que sometas este paquete, porque si no, no vas a pagar. So hice el video en inglés, es solamente una abreviación. Si necesitas ayuda con este paquete, hay muchos miembros de servicio en Puerto Rico mayormente que no saben esto. Si necesitas ayuda con el paquete, te puedo ayudar. Envíame un mensaje a mi website etchenconsultation.com, o me puedes encontrar en Facebook también. Envía un mensaje para ayudarte. Y también no te olvides de suscribirte a mi canal de YouTube, Etchen Espacio Consultation. Otra vez, por favor, no se olviden de suscribirse a mi canal de YouTube, Echen Espacio Consultation, y ahí van a tener más videos de la información que estoy proveyendo. Nuevamente, muchas gracias a todos aquellos que se conectan. De verdad, es un honor siempre de servirles. Aquí estamos para ayudarles. Esto me ayuda a seguir hacia adelante. Me dan ánimos. No se rindan. Año nuevo 2023. Estamos siguiendo corriendo, tratando de mantenernos en forma. Bueno, un poquito, ¿verdad? Antes corríamos mucho, pero ahí vamos, ¿no? Que Dios les bendiga. Pasen buenas noches. ¡Jua! El sargento de comando retirado de Centeno. Muy buenas noches. Bye bye.